Awesome. I'm
There
so
we are.
excited. Ooh, I love this picture in the background. We got some trippy art going on.
Psychedelic.
Yes,
Good morning,
awesome.
good day, good afternoon to you all. And so let's see, Derek, I need to share my deck here, and I will do so by sharing my screen.
Perfect. This gives me a good opportunity. And guys, if you haven't opened this yet, Dash Enterprise Advice, we are taking notes for these presentations. You can follow along with this link, Enterprise Advice. And for Josh specifically, I want you to take a look as we're loading this up. He'll probably show some things on his screen as well at his AR reel. Some of the things Josh has done in augmented reality just like floor me. I think for the right type of e-commerce brands, beauty, fashion, anything, even pet, and you want to see the product, you want to feel an experience with the product and with other people. This is the future. It's a lot more affordable than you think, and it drives sales. It drives retention. It's huge. Josh, I'll let you take it away from here.
Awesome. And Derek, can you just confirm that you can see my deck here?
Yes, looks great.
Awesome. Terrific. Great. So thanks again. My name's Josh Hassin. I am the CEO of LookMister, and we're here to just sort of give you guys a nice sort of AR 101 and then sort of show you some examples of how we have helped clients use augmented reality to engage their audiences and drive sales. So we are LookMister. I'll go ahead and play the reel here for you guys. If any of this doesn't play in real time for you folks, I will absolutely provide this deck and all the links after the presentation. So you'll be sure to see all that goodness in real time. We are San Diego-based experiential agency, and we predominantly focus on AR, VR, and mixed reality experiences. So I think this is sort of a good segue into a little primer for those of you out there who are a little unclear about the differences between VR and AR. This image has been going around the web a little bit. It's kind of a fun one that I think helps sort of break down the basic differences between VR and AR. Now, if you see the top image from all of our favorite movie, Space Jam, we've got Michael Jordan in a cartoon universe. So VR ostensibly is you put a headset on and you're completely immersed in that environment. AR, as you see in the bottom images, sort of superimposes virtual content, digital content into the real world. As you see, MJ and the cartoon characters are now superimposed over a realistic sort of camera feed of environment. So today, specifically, we're going to focus on AR. It is a good chunk of what we do. And so, we'll start this with, why AR? Why augmented reality? We are huge proponents of technology. It's really grown leaps and bounds over the last few years. It's an amazing way to engage your audience, to educate your audience, and of course, to entertain your audience. So how are folks using this technology? Wayfair, for example, much like IKEA, a furniture retailer and sales furniture sales company, has fully embraced augmented reality. They recently came out with a quote that said that the Wayfair is seeing greater than 3-fold increase in purchasing when people view their products in augmented reality. Furniture is really, sort of one of the amazing use cases for AR, giving people the ability to place products in their homes, in their offices, in their native environments, giving them the chance to see those products at scale, integrated with their existing, decor. It's really, one of the standout use cases for AR. Today, we have a limited amount of time, so as such, we're going to kind of focus on a subset of the of various ways to view AR. Wayfair, for example, used a custom native app that they published to the stores that their clients would download and be able to activate various content. We create custom apps for clients. We integrate AR into their native existing apps. We have our own AR platform called LookIt that we bring brands and individuals into. It's a very easy, low threshold and low cost way of interacting with your audience in AR. But today, I thought I'd focus on three different things. And the first is going to be Facebook and Instagram. The second is going to be Shopify. And the third is going to be browser-based or what we call web AR. So this first slide is about the use of Facebook and Instagram for delivering AR experiences. These experiences happen natively through the Facebook and Instagram apps. They're authored through the Facebook funded platform Spark AR. Spark is an amazing tool that Facebook has provided to individuals and developers and brands to create AR content. I'm going to play a video here real quick of how this experience works. You see an ad on Facebook, you click that ad, it immediately launches a camera. It's a very quick, immediate, this is a beauty filter that we created for a brand, BoxyCharm, and their client Pure. So again, any link that is in Facebook or Messenger or even a chat bot can bring up this opportunity, and then very quickly your audience can trigger that effect, use that effect. It can be a face effect or what we call a world effect, which is an effect that is on the other side of the camera that is in the world. These are very quick ways for brands to activate AR content through these platforms. The next we're going to talk about is Shopify. Shopify has been an early adopter of augmented reality, really got behind the technology. And I'm going to give you an example here of how this works through one of our sites that uses Shopify, AR Demo Shop. So you'll basically go to a Shopify page, you'll click on a product, and then that product will bring up a window in which you can now view your product in 3D, and you can manipulate it, and we're moving here around this wheelbarrow. And then when you tap the AR button, you can now open the camera feed and actually place that object into the world and see it in scale and in context, with the real world. So Shopify, like I said, has been a really early adopter of this technology. They're trying to make it very easy for brands and individuals alike to take their products into AR. They've even opened up a sort of a portal in which you can, if you don't have 3D models of your products, you can upload images and they will actually find a vendor to 3D model products for you. The next example here is using what we call web AR, and web AR is actually works natively through the web browser. It requires no additional apps. It is simply basically JavaScript based platform in which we're able to activate 3D content. So this is an example of being on a website, clicking a link on a website will then load a camera natively in your browser. It all happens very quick. This is all happening in real time. And literally through the browser, we'll open a camera in which you can then place a product on your table to get, again, a real good sort of immersive experience. You can tap on different features to activate different buttons and info panels about different features on your product. You can always record and share this experience with your other audience members as well. So, basically, let's see here. So yeah, so three quick, very easy ways that your brand can get engaged in AR. We have worked with brands as large as Microsoft. We've worked with Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines over the last year to integrate augmented reality into their native application for all their guests. We worked with Moet Hennessy and the LVMH group to integrate some of their products and across experiential and marketing campaigns. There's millions of use cases. Again, of course, due to limited time, I can't talk about every single way to activate AR content, but my information is here, josh@lookmister.com. Please do feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you about your brand, your products, and how we can help you bring those into AR.
I love it.
Yeah.
Josh, thank you so much. That was so cool. You can feel how this changes the experience for the consumer. And that's what I love, a tangible result, providing more value. Obviously, everybody, I think, would love a 300% increase in conversion rate. So tell me, lowball me, how much would it cost me to get one AR app or some sort of functionality, a test run perhaps?
Sure. And of course the range is wide depending on your needs, and if you have custom needs, we work with the flooring industry, for example, where we can literally scan the floor in your home and show you what tile looks like immediately across that surface. But really you can activate things very quickly through some of these social applications like Facebook and Instagram for a matter of thousands of dollars. Doing custom applications will take you more into the tens of thousands, and of course, depending on what your products are, we work with brands to 3D scan products. If you don't actually have products in 3D, we can custom model. My team, specifically, our backgrounds are in mobile development, in game development for Sony PlayStation and others, and so our facilities are really around being able to take content from the real world and optimize that, for real-time performance.
Awesome, love it. Yeah. All right, we do have some extra time. Anybody have questions in chat?
Yeah, please.
Augmented reality.
I know I sort of sped through a lot of that. Additionally, besides sort of some of the applications that I discussed in terms of Facebook and Instagram, just to highlight a little bit about how that universe works, if any of you are interested. Facebook is an open platform for all brands, large and small. We can activate content for any brand on that platform. Instagram just opened and is now on invite-only beta. So currently, we're only allowed to work with brands with 100,000 or fewer followers. As the summer sort of progresses, they will be opening that gate a little bit wider.
Is it 100,000 or fewer?
Yes. So the idea essentially is that this is a new platform. They're working very hard to make this as robust as they can, but it's not completely bulletproof. So if you're a brand, like for example, we work a lot with Microsoft, and they wanted to activate a campaign through Instagram for a new Xbox game. If the platform gets hit by millions and millions of users simultaneously and crashes, this is a bad look for Instagram. So they want to kind of take things very slowly. But one thing to make clear, and a lot of people are very initially exposed to Instagram via face filters. So yes, we can do face filters. As you saw, we did the makeup filter. It's a perfect application for that technology, but do be aware that we can also use the other side of the camera to place your products in the world. So everything from cars to furniture to artwork, lamps, vases, you name it. We can use the other side of the camera as well.
I have a stupid question for you.
No,
how does it know where the ground is?
Right. It's much smarter than you and I. Let's put it that way. It does use computer vision to assess changes in the movement of the camera's assessment of the world, and based on that, it can actually determine not only horizontal planes but also vertical planes as well. So we use this technology for art clients like galleries and museums, for example, to actually view a wall and put artwork on that wall, so you could literally see your art of an artist's art collection in your home without having to have him or her deliver that artwork to you. We're also doing a lot of work in the museum industry. 3D scanning is a big part of what we do, as I mentioned, in terms of AR. If you're worried about, hey, I don't have my products in 3D, don't worry. We're here to help. There's lots of ways to get your products either digitized or 3D modeled cost effectively in order to get them into the digital ecosphere.
Awesome, I love it. Yeah, I think this is the future. I'd bet on AR if I was anybody out there. I'd love to see this in more brands. I think it's only a matter of time before it's ubiquitous. I would say we're very much in the early adopter stage, but it's actually it feels like it's you can tell me how hard this really is, but it feels like it's actually like this. There's a lot of things that have become so simple. Just the ability to develop, the product or to shoot the product in a three-dimensional environment. So you kind of see across the board the ease, the barrier to entry is going down. It's not just like technology or platform adaptation. They're all happening at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell my clients, every 3 to 6 months, there's a revolutionary change, in this technology. What we were able to do a year ago or a year before that, it seems silly now, actually. We would develop, things that would trigger off a business card, and, you kind of have to hover your phone over this. And now we're doing large scale immersive things. We've done things the size of whales and buildings. We can put virtual buildings on plots. And as computer vision and machine learning gets better, there's a question here about apparel. And so some of the early use cases, as you can see, were about the face, and putting makeup on. Glasses have been a really, big use case for AR. Face tracking has been really, some technology that's been, gone from the military to the public realm pretty quickly. Now we're getting into more full body tracking, where we're going to actually now be able to track your whole body. Expect to see yourself as Iron Man, very soon. And this will, of course, translate into apparel, being able to wear clothing. Some of the challenges there are in the deformation and keeping 3D content to look as organic and natural as our real clothing does. We're seeing things like using machine learning to track shoes to your feet, for example. Nails and rings to your hands and fingers, watches to your wrists. So all these things are evolving very quickly. As you say, the tools are becoming much easier. For our business, what's great is that the awareness is becoming greater, right? So the more that people are aware of this technology, the more that they, look forward to engaging their clients and their audience in that. So it's, I guess one last thing here is that the next wave that we expect is the optics, right? So right now we're sort of limited to viewing content through phones and tablets. Very soon, in a matter of months and years, we're looking at optics and glasses, for example, that will not be sort of like a helmet that you have to put on your head, but really sort of stylish frames that you'll actually be able to see this content, immersive, with your hands free, and that will sort of take us into a whole nother realm of AR content.
Yeah, and I actually did own Google Glass,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a complete waste of money and time. It was terrible. I don't think that's the future, and AR wouldn't even work with that because the screen is actually out of your field of vision.
Right.
So we need glasses. All of our glasses will have built-in functionality, and then everyone will wear glasses. Then it'll become contact lenses,
Right.
as Black Mirror has predicted.
Yep.
And it'll just get cooler and cooler as we go, and to ride that wave, I think is the only way to be a leading brand in any space. You're gonna have to jump into this.
Absolutely. I mean, we're working with as I mentioned, companies like Microsoft, for example, who are interested in sort of we've done projects along the lines of envisioning search in AR, for example, using the Bing search engine. How would that search evolve from a 2D interface with thumbnails on a screen to now having a 3D model that you could see and then placing that? And Google has actually launched AR search recently in order to be able to actually do that. And so as they expand that out, brands will be able to do the same as Google's done internally with this technology.
So you're saying it's going to be like the Matrix?
Yeah, essentially. Very, I'm excited and terrified all at the same time.
I love it. And I remember watching another, it was a talker session, and somebody explained the difference between like graphics 15 years ago and graphics today are almost indistinguishable from reality. So
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what will that look like in 15 years? Just 15 years, right?
Oh, 5. I mean, I can't even imagine in 5 years, honestly. 15 is definitely unfathomable, but I think 5, it's, just these notions of retail, for example, walking into a huge store and trying to find products and not finding your size and being immersed in things that are totally unrelated to you. This is going to go the way of the dodo, right? There'll be, computer vision that'll recognize you. It'll know your buyer profile. It'll know your purchase history. You'll be able to, customize the content virtually for you. It's
the sales rep will have their view of your customer profile. Meanwhile, you'll be viewing your previously purchased products and like swiping through them and doing your AR search. They'll see what you're searching on their side. So yeah. And maybe eventually people will also actually have real conversations still. I have no idea.
That's an idea. We'll have to work on that part.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Josh, so much. We're